fly the jets and the drones. But what he do care about is the separation of us from them or they. And you, who think what we are saying is crazy, will suffer the 4 great judgments of Allah. Now, brother Jordan, do you have anything else to elaborate on this most magnificent and powerful subject matter given to us tonight by Almighty God Allah? I had been thinking on it. I've been, I mentioned it to you before.
Yes, sir.
But this, once again, as you heard my wife say, you need to have a supply of food. You need to have everything that, if you remember, if you were listening, of emergency stuff that is needed. This is the truth. And they are aware of it. And they made 2012 to show you that they know. Now, Brother Jordan, I'm going to let you pop off because, this is so potent. I mean,
yes,
all
sir,
of us
yes,
is
sir.
in it hard.
Yeah, I completely understand. It's like a never-ending chastisement upon the situation. That entire passage that Sister Alexia read was, in fact, I suppose it is quite dreadful for those who will not take heed.
Right.
Quite dreadful. But for me, and especially around the ending of the passage, I found it quite comforting. How the great Elijah Muhammad, told us to flee, not flee, but flee for Allah, flee for refuge in Allah.
Yes, sir.
And that's so comforting when you are righteous, when you are righteous, and when you know the truth, and when you are true, when you live true, and when you've always lived true. And me, I've always had a relationship with God, even now, finding out a couple of months ago His true name. And I always ask Him often within my mind to forgive me of that, and I will put on the record that I will never deviate away from Allah once again. But
praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. And it's just nothing rocket science-y about what I'm saying. It's natural. It's righteousness. It's the way. We don't want to bear witness to this truth that is coming into our lives very soon. We don't want to bear witness to it on the wrong side.
Right.
And I damn sure ain't.
I don't blame you.
So, just understanding the loving embracement that Allah bestows upon your spirit when you truly feel it. When you wake up, when you throughout the day, when you truly feel that, it is something that is refuge. It's refuge in itself, just a feeling. And it's just life. It's reality, man. It's right here in your face, and you gotta really stop in life and catch certain things and pay attention to it, because if time was ever irrelevant in life, it is now.
I'm telling you.
And when you catch a message, and when you hear these two brothers on here and this sister on here talking, if you hearing this message, you heard it for a reason, and you gotta really take heed or suffer in your rebellion. Right. As simple as that. You know, I mean, we could talk on here for 1,000 years, but if you don't take heed to the message, I mean, we wasted our time. You know, well, no, we didn't waste our time, but we didn't. Let me rephrase. I'm sorry. You're right, sister. We didn't waste our time because this is our duty. Just by knowing the truth. And you know, you wasted your time if you didn't take heed. You know. So you know, I'm gonna pass the floor. Because, you know, there's no point in rambling on about, you know, certain things, you know, especially this. It's just basically waking up, paying attention, and just doing right, man. You know. So, Sister Alexia?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch base about, you know, we have to create a sense of urgency. This book, Fall of America, was written in the 70s. That's 40 years ago. And if he's saying that if he said this is what is coming to America now, it's 40 years after he left and went on the wheel. You don't think it would be beneficial for a sense of urgency? See, because, I mean, I could get crunk all day and talk about this and talk about that, but watch the weather, and you'll see for yourself what's going to happen. If you want to sit back and you want to get destroyed like the rest of the people in Sodom and Gomorrah, that's your choice. If you want to sit back and you want to get left behind like the people with Noah in the flood, that's your choice. Because as it was in the days of Noah, as it was in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. And he said this time, it's not going to be no water where you can have a chance to swim. It's straight fire and brimstone. If that's what you want, brothers and sisters, I'm saying my goodbyes. I don't know if anybody else is willing to say their goodbyes, but my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death is for the cause of Allah alone. You can say what you want, you can do what you please. If you want to continue to live the life that you live and die in your misery, that's between you and Allah. But if you want to come together and let's pull each other up out of this condition and let's move out of the way while America keep falling, because regardless if we move or not, America is falling. The dollar bill is not worth the cotton that is printed on. A $1 bill is not even worth 10 cents. And the only reason that people think it has value is because that we continue to spend it and think that it has value. But there is no gold backing the America dollar. There is no silver, no precious metals, none of that. It's worthless. And the only reason that it carries value is because people think that it has value. We need to family, we will perish if we try to do it alone when the judgment comes. For our brothers and sisters on the coastline, it's going to be waves and tsunamis, and we have to be prepared. For everybody on the West Coast, you already see the fires in California. You see the earthquakes happening. And just like it is in Palestine where the army is coming and shooting innocent people, that's coming to America as well. Allah plans, the enemy plans, and Allah plans. But Allah is the best of planners. These people have death and destruction on their minds and hearts for us. We have to be willing to save ourselves. We spend all this time trying to worry about tearing each other down. We already down. It's a known fact that black people are at the bottom of the map. At the bottom. America is falling. All of these scaredy cat preachers that don't want to go and talk about Revelation, you need to sit your behind down. We know the 10 Commandments. I don't want to walk in nobody's church and hear thou shalt not, what I should not. No, we need to stop condemning one another. We can't judge nobody because they sin differently from us. We can't judge nobody because they might like fried chicken and you like it baked. It does not matter what we should not be doing. What we should be doing is working in the cause of the resurrection of our people. Letting our people know what's going on and trying to get our people to what's going to understand the veracity of the statement of it really being the end of Satan's rule. If you don't want to preach about that and don't want to preach about the judgment, please save yourself the energy and become a follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Louis Farrakhan, and learn some real knowledge that if you want to preach somebody, you could preach to them the truth. Because we don't need no more scaredy cat Negroes, preachers and mayors. We don't need that. Brothers and sisters, with the little bit of education that we have, we need to start coming together and start trying to make our own, pool our resources, and we need to get back. We need to just really want to have ourselves to be saved, because Allah has already sent us a Savior. The Nation of Islam has been in establishment for 84 years. By the time we reach 100 years, ain't no way in the world with this from 2014 forward. Ain't no way. You know why it ain't no way? Because the lions are out of the cage. They have awoke that lion in Judah. He ain't all the way woke, but he getting up. This is not a trend. This is something that it is what it is. You either gonna join the movement or you gonna die in your rebellion. And then if you die in your rebellion, that's between you and Allah. Ain't nobody forcing no religion on you. If there is no compulsion in religion, you either gonna accept your own and be yourself and know the truth, or you're gonna keep rejecting your own and you gonna die in your misery. You and your seed. That's prophesied. And this ain't me talking. Brothers and sisters, we have to do something and do it quick. What we gonna do? And get you a book bag. Try to get everything. At least have a first aid kit. Every time you go to the grocery store, get a case of water. We're gonna need water. You think it's a game? You don't see that they done shut down half the city water in Detroit? Brothers and sisters, this ain't no game. You keep playing chess all you wanna, and you don't wanna wake up, you'll be the pawn that get killed every time. But that's between you and Allah. Because like we said, we're not going to keep sounding the alarm while this boat is sinking. It's going to be a point when the minister stop talking. Everybody that's a conscious person that want to help, we going to have to stop talking. And while we talking, we need to be prepared. But when the minister stop talking, when the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan leave from among us, we gonna have to be able to move or get stuck. Peace and blessings, family. This ain't to scare you nothing. This is just reality underground radio. They not giving you this on CBS. The Alphabet Boys don't want you to hear this. CBS, Fox, and BET. You won't get this on there. Reality underground Radio. Remember the name, because we ain't the only